Nice. Yeah, and also, I mean, I don't know if Zargam, Angela, or Simon. Like, I was surprised they didn't have very much the like hardcore token engineers. Were their interviews not very like?
They were very uh like they didn't talk about tech. They talked about like the cryptoeconomic system. Sargon talked a lot about math and CAD and Simon talked more about things that were unrelated. So I wish there was. I mean, it kind of seems funny that the Michael is just like I live in Brooklyn, New York. It's kind of like some guy that just happened to, but like he's like we're using like his brainchild. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of content that I could have from those two. I'll look again though. I'll look again because I definitely want to, put more content from them into and like show their contribution.
And I do support the idea of making everyone speak probably once. So let's try that. Like if we have like different topics on like a single interview, let's come up with more interviews. Like if everyone can appear only once and we need to cover extra topics, we can. Sorry about the hammering again. So if we can probably cover it with extra interviews.
Any suggestions on what to cut? I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to cut part of the community. I don't like not the community, the introductions, so that there's more content. Like I don't want to, but again, like we're constrained by time. So if you guys have any suggestions on what to cut, we need to cut like a minute.
Is there somewhere we can like see this video like later? Because I'd like to watch it again and then like more thoughtful comments.
Do you have Vimeo, Manu, or maybe I can upload it? I could upload it in private.
Yes, I'll send you a we transfer file so you can upload it in like optimal quality and people can watch it without the sync.
Lag and the sync. Yeah. Okay. I'll upload it in a private Vimeo and I'll post the link in the Send Hub board.
I always have this battle with the like common stack versus the TEC. So as far as what to cut, I hope we can keep the stuff that's like, oh yeah, the TEC is advancing token engineering, and cut some of the stuff that's like TE is saving the world and funding public goods. Because it gets confusing with the common stack and the TEC. And so in some ways, I feel like we need to go on the overboard of like, yeah, the TEC probably will help fund public goods in some ways, but like that's so common stacky that we need to push TEC is advancing token engineering and really get more into the mathy.
Yeah, and I think we could commit, a entire content workshop session towards this, and just have script it out and say, use the interviews that we do have, and then build around it. And if we can, just kind of just hack away at writing out the script for it. And if we need to fill in interviews with different people, we can.
Yeah, Chuy and I are gonna record content so that there's continuity. I don't like the fact that I'm constrained by the content that was just recorded by interviews. There has to be some more adaptability. So Chuy is gonna record like a token engineering definition. I'll see what else I can record to like glue and bridge the different arguments from the different people, and it's gonna be even better than what it is right now. This is like the worst that it's gonna be, so it can only get better.
I will say the feel of that video is on point. Like that's, I think, is a great approach. So A+.
Okay. Okay, so let's keep going. More. The next topic is the text for the Hatch front end. So we worked in this. Actually, I can't remember where I shared it. So I'll just share it again in the comms channel. If you have any feedback or anything, feel free to add. But yeah, we were thinking around this to make a little bit more of a personal approach. Mention the MVB, and also like briefly like try to work with element of like missing out for the people who can actually become hatchers. So this is something we were trying, and I know that you'll have a lot of input in that case. So this is what we are supposed to see in this front page. And well, as we've mentioned before, in case you don't know, we're also replacing this video with an video, with an animation. So yeah, this is this be about the hatch. Does anybody have some input in this topic?
Yes, I left 2 comments in the text. I was thinking that it would be interesting to to have some ideas of what we want to transmit and then explore them, because as it is right now, it didn't bring so much meaningfulness. But I also have a question regarding the animation video. They are going to be different than this one that we just saw.
More well, our reference are the Celeste videos. They actually just put out another one with a deep dive, which is I think like 3 minutes longer or something like that. So that's what we're after, like some illustrations that are like animated with voiceover artist that reads a script, and yeah, just like visually support what we're trying to explain about the hatch. We are gonna put a lot of effort to make it different. Like, we don't want to see exactly what is being narrated, so we're gonna try to make this work. Like, for example, like around the bridge, like we don't want to like develop a lot around the metaphor of a bridge. We want to mention it. So okay, so like we're building bridges and stuff like that, but we want to visually support the metaphor more than developing on it like in a narration. So yeah, this is like our like train of thought for the hatch, and make it also like tops minute and a half, so people can have a brief introduction, and yeah, just like the text should be supporting material for this. I'm sorry, Sam, go ahead.
I was thinking if we could use the same video of the interviews in the hatch, and if it's already on the works, the animation, it could be something that is also shared in Twitter. But I really love the interview videos. I don't know if that's something that you would oppose, or you were thinking something else, or the people here thinks that it would be nice.
I feel that the interview video is more aimed towards like people that are not that close to the hatch. I mean, we definitely need to like at least like put a link or something like that part for, okay, so you don't know what's going on, this is a TC, and then maybe we could link it to the interview video. But I personally feel, and I would like to have some feedback on this from everyone. I personally think that the hatch front page should be more encouraging to people that are already engaged in the topic in some way. So if they ended up here, they know what they are doing. So I feel that it might be a better idea to build excitement from that, from assuming that people are already like in a step of previous knowledge, than to try to like bring people from zero and like try to explain them what is going on in the hatch. I feel that it's just like too much. We would be trying to cover a lot, For newcomers, it's not going to be that clear. For people that already are here, it's not going to be that meaningful because they already know this information. So this is the idea of the supporting video, to generate more like optimism towards the hatch with like visual ideas that can be supported with some narration. But how does everyone feel about this? Do you think that we should probably like not leave a lot of newcomers behind, or well, I would especially ask this for Hatcher Outreach, since they are like more in contact with this target.
Is there a GitHub issue where you want all this feedback? Or do you want it here in this meeting?
Well, it was an open question, but if you'd like to further like discuss it, we can probably open an issue.
I mean, Griff, is there anybody in the trusted seed that you don't think, you know, would need a primer for this type of thing?
I mean, you know, the content's out there if they want to research it. It's really the question is, what do we want to put on the page? And if we want to put, like, what's the goal of the animation video and what's the goal of the community video? I think it's a tough, it's not my call, you know? I don't think that it's a bad decision either. So the community video is lighthearted and warm, and it kind of gives you this feeling of like, yeah, we're in this together. We're gonna DAO together, like, you know, and also give some explanation when people are like, you know, putting in funds and they see like, oh yeah, actually some of this money is going to the impact hours. You know, oh, these are the people, and it humanizes them, which is really important. And then, but then there's the other side, which is, well, what the hell is the TEC anyway? What am I even buying into? I mean, I think some people might need that video. The question, I mean, I think it's great to have both videos. The question is which one makes it. And hey, maybe we put both. Probably better to have one though.
What I would say is that I will wait until having the two videos and then we choose. From my point of view, I think that a video can transmit things than a text not. And a text can be more focused on explaining things better than a video cannot. So I will use the best things of each medium, and in the case of the video, I will go for the people here. I would love to have the video of the people explaining why they are there, and then in the text explain what token engineering is and what we are doing. So this is how I will do it. I propose that we wait until we have the two videos. The two videos can be shared out in Twitter and in many ways, and we choose them. But I would love to make it the interviews, and I also would like to work on this text with you guys. I think that we could take the ideas that we want to transmit from this meeting and discuss it a little bit, because it's a work in progress, right? It is the mission, vision, and values that is there, and maybe we can expand it a little bit. Maybe we could do a text from the mission, vision, and values, something like that. Would you like to work on that right now? We have 20 minutes. I don't know if we have enough time for that, or if there were there are other things. Maybe we can prepare a hack session for that with the people who is interested in working on the text.
Let's well, we have like some like spaces already that we could probably take some advantage of. Like, okay, yeah, everything is like param voting, but let's. How does this content workshop work for you on Thursday?
I think that it should work. And what about you, Lauren and Nate? Would you also be interested in working on that?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the content workshop is a good place for it. But if Manu wants to come in, we can just talk about how we construct the videos in general. So kind of lump it all into one effort.
Is there a way that we can give feedback asynchronously without coming to the workshops?
Yeah, I just posted the link.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we could just edit the hack MD, correct?
Yeah, it already has some edition permits. So okay, let's go to the next topic. Updates on T. Wells's presentation. Oh wait. Oh yeah, you're here. Do you want to like share a screen?
Sure. Well, let me I'll just talk. I'll try to make this quick because I know we have another agenda item, and have some links that I'll share in a moment through which you can share feedback. So the update is that so there are two versions of this module. Both are incomplete due to a couple questions that I'll ask everybody to see if you can help me. But they're like 90% of the way done. These are just sort of almost like a wireframe. I mean, they're just drafts, right? So the way that it's created is using Google Slides. I do this frequently for a lot of things, including my students. So I can make any changes easily. It'll be quick and easy. So don't hold back, right, with the sort of the feedback. And of course, I was not here the Tuesday where the sort of the categories or categorization of working groups was discussed. I'm still a complete, newbie here. So I'm just trying to find ways that I can add value. And if on the category, I understand why the categories is challenging. And if we want to get rid of them entirely, I provided this alternative that removes the categories sort of from the equation. The thinking was that by categorizing, if I'm thinking about this being a first touch point for someone who's just encountering the TEC, reducing the cognitive load as much as possible and having few choices where they can sort of then follow the rabbit hole makes sense to me, but maybe it doesn't make sense in the context of what the TEC is really trying to achieve here. Before I say anything about them, I have actually a quick question. When I did the work for One Hive, it was fairly easy for me to understand intended audience because it's just broad. I mean, it's much broader. The TEC is a very specific, targeted, I feel like, intended audience. And I'm wondering, is there a resource that the TEC has that someone could share with me that is like I don't know, in corporate terms, kind of like a customer profile? And I know that we want to use those. The terminology doesn't cross-apply, but the principle does. You have a detailed description of sort of who the intended audience is for all the outward-facing content. Is there any, a write-up or anything? I'm happy to help develop it if this is a resource that we'd find useful as well. I heard some, from Manu last week and sort of the way I'm thinking through this. Describing in detail who these different things are intended for. And I think even going back to the text that we just had shared on the Hatcher, announcing the Hatch, it would be interesting. It would be helpful for me to know specifics, about who this is intended to reach so that it can be sort of calibrated as best as I can. So this is what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Jump in here.
Sure.
Perhaps the roles document is quite comprehensive in that sense because it has who are all of the players in the TEC. So we have contributors, subject matter experts, community stewards, gravitons, and I think that's all. And I think subject matter experts would be more like the T field, and who are all of the people in the token engineering flower, for example, that have different expertises that we want to reach. So I would say that our like audience is inside all of those roles and of that flower.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm gonna check that out. When Tim and I had a chance to speak the other day, it seems a unique challenge is like if you're trying to attract the subject matter experts, but you want them to join and then also contribute to non-technical work. That's a super interesting challenge and something that I think like hopefully a module like this might help. If it reaches that person and so they're able to access the information and understand ways they might contribute outside of perhaps just technical, whether it's engineering research or the category that sort of might most directly fit with their skill set. As far as design intent, like in talking with Marco, I get the sense that like there is, I almost get this, I told Suga this the other day, I get the feel like it's almost like maybe there is like, I think of Curve, like I think of sort of the retro like 90s Windows operating system is sort of the general feel of certain things I encounter. I don't know if that's the intent. I'd love to have a more detailed conversation with people who have been in this since the beginning on the design end so that I can use that information to inform just the different assets that I use in the module. So there are a couple things that I just wanted to ask really quick to clarify, and I can add in the next couple hours here. Hatcher Outreach is considered a working group. There is not an existing banner like in the Figma file, if anybody has access to those. I didn't know if there was a banner for the Hatcher Outreach, and if there is, just you can DM me a link and yeah.
Yeah, we do have. We have some slides that we can share for you.
Okay, awesome. And then the other one is I see the one for onboarding, but I wasn't sure if onboarding is a working group. It doesn't have a channel, so I just wanted to clarify on that. Should that be a separate working group in the module, onboarding?
Onboarding is the name of the working group before it was changed to Hatcher Outreach.
There we go. Okay. This. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Got it. Cool. Omega, I can know some of the content on. I think it's interesting, and Chuy had a talk about that. But as far as adding details, I think I have like one bullet point. So, if you have some other sort of high level summarization of really what their goals are and what should be included, please feel free to add that to the feedback document. And lastly is I was also talking with Marco, and it seems like so you know what? Let me just share the link. I'll put it in the chat real quick here, and then so there are 3 links that I just added to the comms chat. So that the first one is a module with the categories, the second is without, and then the third link is a Google Doc that I just have set up for some feedback. When you click into, like when you get to the layer where you're looking at a working group specific slide or page, there's text content, there is the Discord link. So all of those have been matched up with the specific channel that corresponds to the working group. I thought it would be interesting to have like really short form, like a 30 to 60 second video clip of someone who is either a leader of the working group or it has specific intimate knowledge about the working group, like literally a super short form video that can provide visual human touch with somebody on the other side beyond just text. So this is maybe thinking a little into the future, but if this is something that we think would be valuable or sort of add value to the module, then I can work out a schedule to like meet with people and ask a couple questions and record it and then just embed it into the each working group slide. And yeah, those are there. Check them out. Please leave some feedback. That's all I got. I'm excited to continue working and hopefully be able to join more of the syncs through the week now that the school year is winding down. So yeah, thanks for the chance to share.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very excited for what you're working on. Yeah, and okay, our next topic. Well, our last 2 topics are going to be pretty much really quick. I just wanted to like see how the temperature is like among the community. We have a priority this week to promote the vote on params. So we're thinking of coming up with some graphic content and something that can be easily put out there. The idea we're thinking about this is to present it like as a thank you message for the TEC, for the community surrounded. So thank you so much for being part of our params parties. Now we have to vote. So if you participated in a params party, you have impact hours that you can use for voting and like design our economy. So this is like the brief of what we want to put out there. Since today is the last day for params parties, we want to have it ready by today. And yeah, I wanted also to introduce Pav. He's a really big contributor in OneHive, and he showed me some interest the last days for contributing with the TEC since he really likes the community. So yeah, we're going to be working on this idea for the rest of the day, and we're also going to be posting in case you have any feedback on this content. But it's a very objective, and it's like a call to action for votes. Does anybody have some input or suggestions that they'd like to put on the table so we can consider them with? It's especially regarding the message that we want to communicate this week. Do you think we should add something other than the votes? Yes, Manu.
I think it's really important to have a clear sense of the psychological and sociocultural profile of our prototypical token engineer, so that we know what his needs are, how can we better serve him, what he knows, what we can take for granted that he knows, his interests, the whole thing. And that would really, writing is the art of creating desired effects, right? But you can't do it without knowing how to serve the other person. And that requires, telekinesis in a way. Like it's just very important to know what the other person is into. And sure, it'd be generalizing, but I think it's just really important to have a clear sense, especially in a new discipline. Like this is like usually you do market research and there's already like a profile of like what the user or what the person does or needs, etc. Not in this case. Like in this case, it's new field. So token engineer, like Livy said, it's going to be multidisciplinary. We already have the flower kind of to help us with, but that's too broad. We need something like a specific. And I think that's just like number 0. And that's like the angular stone, in my opinion. And yeah, it's a collective effort. Like it's just it would help if everyone was attentive on the Medium articles they read, etc., and the different people and what are out like internally, so that we can better do content for them.
Oh, thank you, Manu.
I completely agree.
Yes. Does anybody have some more input that you think we should consider for our message this week?
I think we should have something very short and clear, like calls to action. Just having like, what are the dates? What are we asking people? And what is the content we are sharing? Maybe having a few posts. Like today, for example, is the last day to submit a proposal. People will be able to submit until Thursday, but it's important to convey the message that today is the last day if they really want to be voted on. and then tomorrow to have this time for like look at all the proposals, make your final decision, and then Thursday like last call and results will be out. So maybe having this like little 1, 2, 3 campaign.
Okay, as for the call for action, do you think we should focus on the votes, or should we also like cover making proposals?
I think today is making proposals. Tomorrow is going to debates and voting, and then probably I don't know after that. But today is definitely like go to param parties. Really, there was a tweet that I made a tweet this morning, and Ivy retweeted it, and we could probably it'd be great to all of us to retweet that right now. Let me see if I can find a link. But we should definitely be pushing the param parties today and the voting. Tomorrow we're doing debate parties where everyone can bring their favorite proposal that they made. Hopefully they made it, but it can be someone else's, and say this is what you should vote for. You know, and it'll be fun like political debates.
So today we push proposals. Tomorrow we push debating, and the day after tomorrow we push voting. So
It's worth mentioning that in the Praise Counts blog post, the very first thing is vote and the debate party. I think Craig.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out, Tom.
Oh, I'm breaking out.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, better.
Yep.
I was just saying it's worth mentioning that in the blog, the Praise Quant blog post, the very first thing is call to action vote with the dates for the closing, and the call to action is like to attend the debates. I think I need Craig and maybe you look at.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Just to have to put for you three to put your eyes on it before.
Yeah, put the eyes and distribute it a little bit, but
Can everyone else hear me? Nate, can you hear me okay?
You're cutting in and out.
You're kind of low, Tam, and it's the volume's pretty low.
Okay. I'll
Well, sorry, we're at the top of the hour. Just as a last topic on the agenda, I wanted to like make another like commitment with you to present another audit by the end of this week, and yeah, like keep improving the transparency efforts because we didn't do really good the last time. So thanks everyone for coming, and please feel free to come to the content workshops and yeah, just like in general, any communication hack sessions that we have. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chuy.
Have a good day. Bye.